Well, I came in here to get something out of the refrigerator, and it seemed kind of warm. About 50 degrees. It should be 40 degrees. But the freezer's working. So I don't have to see what's going on. Maybe the vent is plugged up with ice, not letting the cold air go down into the refrigerator. I have to check it out. Went ahead and took the back cover off with the compressor area, and the fan's running. It's quiet and it's pretty clean back here. And I went ahead and took off the water line for the ice tray because it ain't even in there anymore. I took it off. And on this one there's a couple of clips holding the base plate on. I need to clean all that dust. Yeah, this coil's pretty dirty. That needs some maintenance. The condenser coils. So I need to vacuum that up and use a brush to clean it up. Take it outside and put some soap and water on it. I made this vacuum hose extender. Try to get up underneath there. Get some of that dust out of there. Now I'm going to go ahead and vacuum some of the dust out here. It's not too bad. Might as well do some maintenance on it while I have it off, the cover off. See that tray? The water drain tray should have a lot, don't have any water. Should have water in it. But if the vent's plugged up, that's another sign that there's no water in the drain tray. There's a few things that can be checked out. Why the refrigerator is warming up and the freezer's working. Could be the return air vent is froze up and blocked, so I'm going to have to move the shelf. On my refrigerator I just lift it up and then it'll slide over. Then I got to take these screws out of there. Remove this bottom shelf. See, it's an old refrigerator. It's starting to rust up. And once I got this bottom plate off, I can check for my cold air going down into the refrigerator, and then the return air coming back through these vents. And these go up through there. Here's one. And here's the other one. I can see daylight. This is the freezer air coming out, down. What I do, I can take a soft tube and run it down through there so I don't damage the foam. Feel if it's clear. And it is. It's clear. No ice up. That one's clear. It's not iced up. And I'll check the cold air going down to the refrigerator when I get this cover removed. That popping sounds like water hitting that heating element. So it seems to be the defrost cycle is working and the element is melting the ice. I can see it melting it now. Okay, now in this Sears model, it's got a screw hole in its plate where the ice maker used to be, and it's got a ground wire attached to it. So I need to remove that before that back cover will come off. That ground wire's right there. Remove these two screws. You got to be careful because that fan's running. And these fins, cooling fins, are thin as aluminum foil. They'll bend easy. So you lean it, vent back a little. Work its way off. And there's your evaporator fins, your evaporator coil. These fins right here are real easy to bend. Now when it's cold, they might break off. And here's the heating element. Right now it's cold, it's off. You know, it's not froze up all the way. There's your thermostat. Now with this wide open, all this air, this humidity's coming in here, and it's starting to freeze up. So pretty soon that heating element, the thermostat, is going to kick in, and when it hits defrost mode, then your heating element will heat up red hot and defrost your evaporator coil. But since I caught it at the time that the defrost came on, and I know it's working, so that eliminates me having to worry about the thermostat, defrost timer, heating element, defrost. So I'm going to check the the air going down to the refrigerator. See if it's clear. I'm pretty sure it is. I can feel the air coming out, and the temperature's dropping back down to 40 after I cleaned all the food out of the way of the vents. I think that's what it was. So catching the freezer evaporating coil when it was going through its defrost cycle saved me a lot of troubleshooting. So I'm just going to put it all back together. And here's another trick I found out. See that little piece of wire? That's wrapped around that heating element, and it's going down into the drain hole, down into the drain pan on the bottom. So when the heater kicks on, defrost cycle, it also heats up that little wire and helps defrost the tubing, drain tubing going down. And like I said, this refrigerator is 22 years old. It's starting to rust up. And I believe it's starting to leak down in behind the back wall. So now you see it's coming out of a hole inside the refrigerator. So I don't know how long this refrigerator is going to last, but 22 years is pretty good. Kenmore, cold spot. I'd buy another one. Now I'll go ahead and put it all back together. You don't want to strip the holes. And I'm not going to reattach this. Well, I'll go ahead and reattach it. I think it's to the ice maker, but don't need it. But I'm going to go ahead and reattach it just to get it out of the way. Put the bottom back in. Reinstall the shelf. Let it cool back down. Now that it went through the defrost cycle, there's water dripping down into the pan. I'm going to put this cover back on. So doing a recap on what I did to the refrigerator, went ahead and did some maintenance on it, and I just happened to catch the freezer evaporator coil when it was going through its defrost cycle, and I found out that was working. So that eliminated the whole defrost system. It saved me a lot of time. So what I think happened was I went shopping and I bought a whole bunch of groceries. piled a bunch of my groceries around the vent from the cold air going down into the refrigerator. And I piled a bunch of groceries around the vent coming down from the freezer, and also blocking a lot of the circulation. Now I did all that, and the temperature's back down to 40 degrees in my refrigerator, so everything's working. It's a good. There was also a lot of times the doors were open and kept open and closed when I was putting the groceries in, and I'd leave the door open to go out and get another load. So that's probably what it was.